discussion, I have okay. Prior to this start of this discussion, I like to have a few ground rules. Basically, when I doing listening lectures to other institution, I'm asking the same thing from the people who are participating. First thing is, I know everyone is adults. You can participate with the discussion actively, because then I'm also get encouraged to deliver my speech and deliver whatever the things that I learned from the industry. And the other thing is that I know it's a challenging, it's a challenging thing when you are delivering lectures through the social, this online platform. It's a kind of a social enhancement, like social technological enhancement in globally. But only thing that I know that your attention go here and there time to time, because I know most of them are logging through the mobile phone. Because when I get the feedback from other institution, I see that 75% of the students are logging through their mobile phone. Then your distraction is high. But my request is, I know this today onward starting a long weekend, but with that also I see amount of people are joining this discussion. That's a good trend. Then don't disturb to others. You're free to go. If you have anything, you mute yourself and free to go. And I'm requesting, if you have anything, just ask the question, because I'm also in a learning phase, because I'm like to get your feedback. I like to get your inside out to develop myself as well. Those are the few things that I need to share with you prior to start of this one. As doctor says that my name is Lalinda Gikianage. I'm working as general manager operation from LAF Gas PLC. Basically, I'm a mechanical engineer. I did my master's in University of Jawaharlal in operation management, and my second master's in University of University of Colombo in manufacturing management. At this moment, I'm reading for my PhD in University of California, specialized in supply chain and manufacturing and operations. Those are the interesting area in my life. I have a 17 years experience in different industries, especially in production and manufacturing. We'll go to the presentation, and I like to have a more positive discussion with everyone. Your thought and your feedback is welcome every time. Okay. I think maybe you have idea on this gadget, or what you call this mobile phone. In the age of 2021, sorry, 20 years back, I think this mobile Nokia is a giant in the industry. Today, we know that Apple is the giant in industry, but that time Nokia was the giant. Everyone is trying to buy a Nokia phone like this, but within short period of time, this market, the Nokia market, was collapsed. Basically, people say that is due to a technology was not adapted by the Nokia people. That is a main concern that time people were discussing. Even their CEO also said that in the last discussion, like once they were collapsed the company, they said that we don't do anything wrong, but somewhere we have failed. I think this statement has been evaluated, discussed, and so many times in the MBAs, PhDs, and even in the every university in the world, they have criticized, they have done research, they have done a lot of arguments on this discussion. Finally, they have concluded this is due to technological issues. My question is that really technology matters from this Nokia? Initially, I also thought that way. But when you are going through this discussion and the statement, not the technology, there are other factors are influencing, and other factors are affected this failure, especially the supply chain. You know, this Nokia is manufactured at Finland. basically when it comes to a supply chain in the sense, is a combination of suppliers, manufacturers, and the end users. Then all the three members has to be aligned. Then if you have a factory in Finland, all the raw materials has to go to the Finland, and the manufacturing took place at the Finland. Then it has to be distributed to the among the world through a one particular location. Then you see you are in a like a peak level, and you are the giant on that time. If you have any disturbance in your distributions, you are in a risk. Then you can understand the supply chain has to be very smooth from this particular product. Because when you are studying this case, you see some point Nokia failed, and Nokia has some disturbance on their supply chain as well. Then that also one case for their failure. Of course, management decisions also kind of a issue from their failure, because I'm not going much on the management innovations like stuff, because my focus is supply chain and manufacturing process. And the same thing is market positioning, because you maybe heard about this market positioning. Like when you're positioning your product, you have to understand who are your customers, because they were attacked to the red ocean, because there are two strategies in the production marketing. One is a red ocean, one is a blue ocean. Normally red ocean in the sense you are putting your product into the same market, the people who are competing. But if you are putting your product into the blue oceans, like the prestigious level, you have less competition. Then competitors are try to fight on the red ocean. Like that way, there are marketing strategies also there. When you are studying more on this case, you feel that they will fail in that marketing positioning as well. Then when it comes to manufacturing process, you know that today, all the big manufacturers, you take Apple, Nokia, Samsung, whatsoever these electronic components are manufacturing in different locations, especially in China, Taiwan, India, or even African countries. They do have manufacturing facilities. The same product, same operation procedures are right and running on those factories, because they have easy to do a supply chain process, easy to do reducing the manufacturing cost, easy to distribute those things among those regions, and easy to get the manpower also. Then their production cost goes down. Then they can penetrate to the market easily. Then their manufacturing process also influencing more better than the other competitors. Then when it comes to this statement, my view is basically not the technology. Technology is one part, but supply chain, manufacturing process, everything influence this. Because you can find out so much of articles on this statement, why they are failed, why they are not in market due to these factors. Because this is the approach from this today's discussion. Because with that you can understand the technology and these the trends are how much is linked together to develop new processes, develop new technologies, and how the world is evolved with the manufacturing process on today's trend. Okay. You can see the same manufacturer, because you heard about this Toyota. Toyota also coming from 1933, almost 80 years in the industry, but still they are the giant in the industry. They also have the same threat. They also have the same competition, because today you know that Tesla and the European electronic manufacturers are coming more arrogantly in the industry, but still Toyota is the giant, because when it comes to profit margins and everything, Toyota in the top level. They also have the same challenges, but how they were survived? Technologically, yes, of course they have a threat, but they have developed their technologies in certain levels, and they will keep maintaining that. Then technologically, yes, of course they were strong. But you heard about their supply chains. When it comes to the Toyota supply chain, is the perfect one. I'll show you a few videos because I have a few videos and I have an opportunity to visit the Thailand factory as well. They have a strong supply chain mechanism because you heard about this just-in-time mechanism and this whatsoever, this 5 ways Kanban, Kaizen, lot of Japanese technologies are engaging with the supply chain. Then supply chain play a crucial role when it comes to Toyota. That is a one success on their Toyota because they get everything on time, everything in line. Then their manufacturing process is very smooth. There are no delays. That is a one success in Toyota, and they were continuously developing their process, continuously in the market leader because of this supply chain and manufacturing process. I'm not saying other factors are not influencing, other factors are also influencing, but when you come to their stability, these two factors are influencing more than others. That is a one success in Toyota. And the other one is that when you come to a manufacturing process, you may be heard about there are 8 wastage. Normally, in every organization, even if you are working for an organization, maybe service industry, maybe in a manufacturing, or maybe in a production industry, we have to identify these 8 wastages. Of course, initially it was 7, but now they have another one, and now we were practicing 8 wastages in industry. Because if you want to success in an industry, we have to eliminate some extended amount of this wastage. Otherwise, our production cost goes up, and our product cost goes up. Then finally, we will eliminate from the industry. That's basically when you are thinking bit broadly, you will understand why this Nokia failed in that in the manufacturing industry. First one is transportation, because if you have a over transportation, it will involving a lot of cost. And the other one is inventory, because inventory in the sense like you are keeping your end product, or you're keeping your inventories like WIPs, work in progress, also can consider as an inventories. Inventories in the sense like money that you block inside the factory. It doesn't have value, like you can't sell it, but you always invest the money and block inside the factory. Then you don't get it any fee, outcomes. Then your bank interest goes up, your like all the financial stuff gets stuck. Then if you want to minimize the inventories, you have a smooth production flow. This everything is linked together. That is the beauty in the manufacturing sector, because if you have more transportation, then you have inventories pile up, then motion in the sense like human or even machineries, then people are grooming here and there, but nothing will happen. That also kind of a wastage when you come to the industry. And the waitings, because if you have a smooth production flow, the beauty in the Toyota system is you don't have the waiting, because normally if you have waiting time, what will happen? Your production time is getting squeezed. Then output will reduce. Then we normally call it our takt time. Takt time in the sense how many products are coming within a second or within a minute will be getting in delayed. Then our outcomes are not matched. Then month end, our production will not achieve accordingly. Then waiting also a kind of a wastage in the industry. The other one is overproduction. Overproduction in the sense like we are producing without having a production plan. Like any organization can happen this. So what will happen when you are doing the overproductions? We will keep this to the next month. Then if it is perishable or if it is expired quickly, we can't sell it in the next month. That also kind of wastage in the industrial sector, because these are the key and the fundamental things in the industry we have to understand, we have to eliminate. Over processing, like we were doing over processing, like over processing in the sense, simply we have a kind of a standard operation procedures, like maybe you heard about this kind of a process that we had to do with certain amount of time with a certain amount of chemicals or whatever whatsoever, but we were doing so much of a activities get the final outcome. Then what will happen? Unnecessarily we were wasting our time, we were wasting our resources, we were wasting our time again and again. Then what will happen end of the day? We are not achieving, or we are not putting ourselves in the right place. The other one is defects. You know, the defects is we were deviating from what we expect, and there may be a quality defects, there may be a process defects, whatsoever. The final product is not up to a standard. And the other one, the last one, is the skill set. Like you may this one is added previously because you know, when it comes to the organization, there are some people, they were studying, they were doing a lot of work, and end of the day they were narrowing to a small work area. Like just imagine, you know, everything, programming, electronics, electricals, whatever the areas that you are thorough, but the organization is asking only a limited amount of work. Then a skill set is not improving, and people are demotivating, and sometimes people are leaving from the organization because of this. That to also consider as a wastage today's world, because today skill and the knowledge consider as a one of a key factor in the organization success. Then skill set is very important, and we have to understand the people and get out of their knowledge and make arrange the process. Those are basically the wastage in the industry that required to develop the process and the manufacturing process in efficient way. I'll show you one. Yes. When you take a product, you see percentage wise averaged in globally, we discuss 8 wastages. From 8 wastages, 7 wastages, how much percentage contribute to a one particular product? Because overproduction is the highest, then second one is the inventory. Because this everything is added to the product cost. Then end of the day, the people were selling that product to the consumer with this margin. When you come to a simple say, if you want to buy a milk packet is production cost, just imagine 200 rupees. But end of the day, due to this defect, motions, inventory, extra processing, whatever soever, the manufacturer is added another 100 rupees to the product. Then with the selling, administration, everything, it sell with the 400 rupees. With this everything. But actually the cost is 200. You're paying 200 extra because of these inefficiencies in the organization or inefficiencies in the production process. My question is, are you willing to pay this NVAs? Normally NVA in the sense non-value adding activities. This is the one questions now world is asking. Simply the consumers are asking. Then new technology is emerging to minimize these NVAs and streamline the processes. Otherwise, manufacturers or in the service providers can't be in the industry. Definitely, they will shift or they will be eradicating from this marketplace. Because now with the market research, most of the consumers are identified and they have a understand when you take a product, how much is the production cost, overheads, and their selling and administration cost, and finally the profit margins and the final products cost. These can be identified with the competition. Then today the biggest challenge is eliminating these wastages. The new technology emerged, as I told you, to eliminate some of these things, because some areas we can't do it, like inventories. When it comes to inventories, is a huge problem in Sri Lankan context, because people in Sri Lankan countries like Sri Lanka, India, who are living in the South Asian countries, we have a fear that if we don't have inventories, if there's any failure in the manufacturing process, in the machineries or the process, we said we can't run the plant, because then we had to keep some inventories to recover the machineries or recover the supply chain. We need to keep some buffer. Even from the top level, they were insisting us to keep some inventories. It's a huge issue in Sri Lankan context, but when it comes to Europe and the Japan, China, they are keeping a minimum inventories, because they know inventory is the piling up our finance. This is the beauty of this manufacturing process, and this is the challenges that we are facing continuously every day, and we are trying to minimize those wastage and streamline the process. And with the next slide, I'll tell you how this new technology involving with minimizing these the wastages in the industry. Okay, we have small video. We'll listen to this. It's a 2 or 3 minute video. If you have anything, just let me know.
Excuse me, sir. So I think we can't hear you.
Sorry?
So we can't hear the video sound.
Okay. There was an issue then.
Seems we can't hear.
Yeah. No, it's basically the explanation is coming. I don't know how it's. Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
we can hear you.
Okay. Sorry, doctor. I think the voice is not linked with that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yes.
Okay. Then what I try to show you in this video is basically the lean concept, because lean concept okay. Then what I can do, sir, doctor, once you complete this one, I'll share this presentation. You share with the student. Then otherwise,
makes sense. Yes.
No point of running this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry for this one, because I thought that the sound is coming. Anyway, we were stopped at this point. As I inform you, there are eight wastage in the industry. Then, as a solution, Japanese people was bring down this lean concept. There was a concept called lean and Lean Six Sigma. Basically the lean is coming with lean in the sense like they were identified this wastage and they were giving some solution to eliminate those things. That was a kind of a traditional thing. Normally, you see that there are so much of a courses are there: Lean Six Sigma, black belt, green belt, yellow belt, white belt, like that. Whatever this lean concept is came because of this wastage. Because purely lean concept came to eliminate those wastage by understanding the process, understanding the wastage, and quantifying this wastage by information and data. So basically, even my organization also practicing this lean concept, they were focusing on one particular wastage and not investing too much of a money, because lean concept, we are not investing too much of a money, but we were try to eliminate those defects or even these wastages by changing the process slowly, not in steadily. Like some processes are not changing in overnight, but time to time they was understanding, investigating, and change in the people mindset, then only do the changes. Okay, I think you may heard about this story as well, because I'm linking, because this one is linking with this video, but anyway it's not playing now, then no way, we don't want to waste the time. I'll directly come to here. I think when you're discussing this wastage, we may come across that outcome in the sense, like normally when it comes to every production industry, we have one, sorry, okay, there also one student is sharing how to do it. But anyway, thank you very much for this feedback. Anyway, we'll go through this way. When it comes to every manufacturing organization, the first question asked by the top management is, what is your production rate? Normally we call it is a takt time in the sense how much of product is coming from 1 minute or 1 second. Normally Ford T model, this vehicle model, is the world recognized model of manufacturing, and they took 93 minutes to produce one car in the day. That means every 93 minutes vehicle is coming from the factory. Their production outcome is 1,000 to 1,500 cars per day. I'm discussing 100 years back. Just imagine 100 years back, for manufacturing of one car, it took 93 minutes. But only drawback is they are providing, because there was a nice statement given by Henry Ford, whatsoever I can provide only the black car. You may be heard about this story also. This is also famous statement made by this gentleman, but this was criticized most of the universities and most of these higher studies, because whatever the demand comes, he can provide only a one particular type of a model with a one particular type of a color. With that only, they were providing 93 minutes with a one vehicle. Okay, you just think about today's context. This is the takt time of today's context. That means with the given with a particular time period, how much of a vehicles are coming out of the factory. Just see that Toyota, it took maximum 90 seconds for manufacturing of one vehicle. Volkswagen, only 120 minutes, 120 seconds. Ford, 120 seconds. GM, 150. Honda, 120. BMW, 175. Tesla, 75 seconds. I'm talking about today's context. only 75 seconds. Still, Toyota is in the top level because with the minimum level, within 55 seconds, they were sending out a vehicle. Just imagine how quick their production process. This is the development in last 100 years. This is the wastage elimination on the industries. This is the beauty of the supply chain. This is the beauty of their research and developments, innovations, lean concept. Everything is linked together, because if you want to understand the manufacturing process quickly and more efficiently, you have to go with the car manufacturers rather than others, because other companies are not giving much information. But when you take a car manufacturing industry, you can understand the evolvement and the development in the technology. This is the true, because I can prove myself. I visited this Toyota factory in Thailand. I see that from my calculation, every 1 minute, there are coming different vehicles. Camry, Yaris, even this the cab, everything, not the same one, but the different colors, different types are coming with this 75 seconds. This is the development in the technology. This is the development in the supply chain. Then you can understand, if you can eliminate those wastage, you can streamline the supply chain, you can improve your production. Then with the minimum cost, you can sell the product in the market. I know definitely Tesla will defeat the Toyota in next 5 years, but still Toyota is developing their systems. Because other companies, like when you come to the BMWs, Honda, and this GM, Ford, they have more component than the there was a question is asking why they are producing different models in the same time. Any reason for that? If you're asking the question for the Toyota, no, actually Toyota having the production like normally they were, when you come to the production companies, we were producing based on the customer demand. Customer demand in the sense, like some occasions we have the common platforms, like common chassis they have. Like when you come to a vehicles like Yaris and the Toyota model, few models, their engines are common. Like that way, they have common features. Then only thing that few components they have to change, and with that they can produce, because they have the production. They have the production the sheets. With that production sheet, they can produce different products with the same line without having a separate line. Because normally Toyota is running. If they're asking that question, because I feel that they were a lot of questions that they have the production schedules. With that production schedules, and they have 3 shifts. I can remember they have 3 shifts, from morning to evening and evening to night, and the night to morning. There are 3 shifts, but they were running only 2 shifts. And the 1 shift, what they do is they pump all the component into the cage. Then next day morning, the operator comes. They check all the documents, how many vehicles they had produced. Based on that, they were starting the production line. That way, they were doing different products in the same line. It's more efficient than the changing the jigs and fixtures, because normally when you come to vehicle manufacturing, we call it jigs and fixtures, because like the component has to be fixed into the unit. Then if you have a same model, you can use it same model for producing different cars than the total different production process. Okay, there was another 2 questions. Hi, sir. How the assembly line is organized from that time? Could you please give a overview? Okay, I'll give you an overview in the sense, I'll show you 3D view, because I have a view, few sites in the future. I'll show you that how this production line is arranged. Then you can understand how it's run. Okay, I think This is clear for you. Okay. Okay. Then there was another few questions are coming. Why this technology has to be developed from 100 years to today? Basically, you know that when you come to a Henry Ford time, if you have money, but you can buy only a black T model car. When you goes to the road, you have all the vehicles with the black color with the T model. You may be a billionaire, but you have to run with the same vehicle. But today, you like to do that. Even when you come to a mobile phone, if you're buying a same Samsung phone, at least you like to buy a different black color pouch, because you need to personalize yourself. That is the main reason this industry is developed. Basically, the personalizations, like the consumer expecting a product or service may be tailored to him or may be tailored to that group. That's why different products come with a different background. Because when you come to the Royal Rose, it took 13 or 14 days to producing a one vehicle, or 6 months for producing a limited edition, because that is a personal product that has to be like tailored product. Then when it comes to a tailored product, also people, you know, there was a economic point is there, economic of scale. If you are producing more product, only then you can get more benefit. Otherwise, what will happen? Product cost goes high, and your production capacities is slow in the sense small. Then your product cost is so high, then you can't sell that product into the market. Then whatever the customer expectation are different, you have to produce more, then you have to apply the technology. And the other one is convenience, because customer expect easy product in the sense like easily goes to the product and understand the product, easily get the service, or easily get the other benefit. Then convenience has to be there, because people don't want to waste their time. Because personalization, convenience in the sense basically the time, because people have a limited time. Then technology has to be evolved with this one, because once you pay your advance, you are expecting your vehicle or expecting your the product in the next day. That is a one trend today's production companies are facing. Other one is sustainability, because now more than previous, people are concerned about the environment, because this is a huge change in the world. Globally also, people consider about the sustainability, because they think the environment, they have a concern about the environment. Then a lot of changes were took place. Because you know, I'll share with you one experience I have. You know, this most of these tire manufacturers in Sri Lanka, especially this Low Star, and especially the Low Star, they have a huge issue when they are selling their solid tires to the Europe. What they were asking these Europe people is, once we use this tire, we can't dump these tires into the environment. Do you have any solution to reuse these tires? Then they have to rethink. What they did was they said that, yes, we have the solution. They will buy back with a small amount. They will buy back these whatever the used tires and bring into the Sri Lanka and scrap and make the powder, and reusing this powder into the their original production as a filler. Then that sort of a trend is there in a globally. Because otherwise they say that within next 20 to 30 years, this our next generation doesn't have an environment. That also a good concept, but anyway, it's a challenge. Other one is transparency. basically when it comes to transparency, people like the consumer like to know how this production process is going on and how they sourcing this product, especially when it comes to the pharmaceutical, food manufacturing, and these consumer products. They want to understand how this product is produced, how it's come, the supply chain, and if it's harming to the environment, if it is harming to the, especially in the animals. You know that when it comes to the beauty, the pharmaceutical and the beauty related products, they were mentioning we were not testing out through the animals. Like that way, transparency also very important, and the quality and values, because we were spending money, we were expecting a quality, and we were expecting some value when you're consuming the product. Those are challenges, and the same as it involving with the huge cost of money, because when you have to develop the quality, we may have to go through different processes. If it comes to a production process, our quality system has to be more vigilant and thorough, because especially in the vehicle manufacturer, quality assurance is a key, because you are dealing with the people's life. Then your brake system, your engines, your chassis, your metals, tires, whatsoever has to be compatible with the today's environment also. Then your quality system has to be robust. That was a challenge, even in the Sri Lankan context, even in my organization also, we were play key role, the qualities play a key role when it comes to quality, because they were having a lot of equipment, technology, and mechanism to check the qualities before releasing to the product. And the other one is social responsibilities. You know that, as I told you, sustainability, social responsibilities are come together, because we need to have a fair trade, and simply we have to get the raw material from the environment, and we don't want to harm to the environment, and we have to justify or just stick to the social securities and the environment. Those are basically coming with that. Other one is the digital integrity, because you know that today's people doesn't like to go to the marketplace. Then there are a lot of digital interface that you can buy, you can sell, and you can understand the processes and understand the product, and online ordering the online. That also one social trend, but anyway, that also consumer expectations. And the customer service, basically the customer understand the product, and then they were asking the second question is how your service. Not in Sri Lanka, but in Europe and the other countries, customer service play a crucial role. Based on that only, the people were purchasing the product. And customer service also put by the marketing team as a key competitor advantage than the others, because customer service also involving with a huge cost. Innovation, we were discussing so much of things, because today manufacturing or production company can't survive without innovations. Mobile phones, how evolving their innovations, because this year I see that now Apple 16 also coming to the market. So every 6 months or every 9 months, they are putting new product with the small changes, because they need to keep the people engaging with the product, because they feel fear the people will go to another product. The experience, the final one is experience, because we were spending money to get the new experience. That's why this company or even the service are existing in the world. Because you ask from yourself, how many times you like to go to a same restaurant to take the same meal, except the university canteen. You always like to go to different places, because you want to get the different experience. The same thing happened in the organizations, like in the manufacturing, because even they were changing every year the packaging, because we want to give a different experience to the customer. Those are the basic features or basic things that organization has to adapt new technology and changing their production concept rather than keeping the same product. Otherwise, they will throw out by the competitors. Okay, I think you can understand now. We have some issues in the manufacturing system. Then customer expectations are so high with the different requirements are there. Then we have to engage with the fast manufacturing process with the different technologies, with the different product, with the different time period. For that, we require new manufacturing system compared to a last year or even 5 years back. With that, today, when it comes to a manufacturing process, there are new things were added to the system. One is Industry 4.0 and the smart manufacturing. You may be heard about this one. We will discuss this point because my research area is this Industry 4.0 and the smart manufacturing. It's an emerging technology. Basically, I'll give you a briefing because we will discuss more on this one. This is kind of a combination of human and machine. Basically, with the virtual manufacturing, we can understand the manufacturing process, we can plan the manufacturing process, we can identify how much productions come from the manufacturing. This is the beauty of this manufacturing process with the Industry 4.0. And there are other things, automation, robotics, additive manufacturing. You know, this automation and robotics, maybe you have some ideas. Basically, this is kind of a automation. We need to reduce the man involvement to enhance the quality and enhance the safety of the people. Then some industries, especially nuclear, underwater, and the gas industries. From those type of industries, we were using automation and robotics. But in Sri Lankan context, we see only the garment factories are using this automation industry because they have some threat on recruiting these machine operators and everything. Then continuously they were having innovations and they were having a experiment for engaging automation and robotics in their factories. Additive manufacturing, basically it's come with the 3D printing. You may be heard about this 3D printing. Will basically what we have a 2D printings. With the 3D printings, we can get the 3D views. 3D in the sense like the component manufacturing now do with the 3D printings, especially these cavity and these small articles are manufactured with the 3D printings. It's a kind of a new manufacturing process, but I didn't see still the metal manufacturing is not there, but plastic, polymer, and polyethylene type of a soft metal manufacturing is there in Sri Lanka also, but it's not popular in Sri Lanka because the cost is bit of high. And the other one is sustainability and the green manufacturing. Most of these manufacturing companies are now moving to this green manufacturing. Green manufacturing in the sense, basically we do the manufacturing with minimum carbon footprint. Carbon footprint in the sense like when you're doing a production or when you are doing a process, how much of carbon we were emitted to the environment has to be calculated. Then globally we have a carbon credit. Sri Lanka, we have some plus carbon credit, but some countries some countries like China, India, even some European countries have a minus. Then what they do is they were subcontracting with these other countries and try to get that, because in I can't remember exactly 2030 or 2035 we has to eliminate this carbon emissioning levels to protect this ozone layer. There are so much of new things added every day to the manufacturing process. The green manufacturing also a new thing to this one. And digital twins and simulation also same, because it's linked with the industry 4.0. Normally simulation and digital twins are the key factors sorry, when it comes to the industry 4.0. I'll show you one manufacturing factory, how it's operate with the industry 4.0. Then you can understand linking all these aspect come to the live. And supply chain digitalization. Basically, supply chain is a line process. As I told you, supplier, manufacturer, and the consumer is in line. But now with the digital components, everyone can link together. Then this supply chain is not line one, is a matrix one, because everyone have access to every place for the every informations. Then it's become a more complicated and more reliable, because initially the supply chain was not reliable, because sometimes if something fails, total failure can be occurred. But now it is it's more linking, and everyone have access. Then everyone can take a decision collaboratively. That is the one beauty in this digitalization in the supply chain today. And the other one is human-machine collaborations. Industry 4.0 is the same, because initially, sorry, humans are taking decisions, but today human plus machines are taking a collective decisions. You know, this AI is a part of like that. Because I'm not discussing much on AI, because I know AI become a buzzword today, because I know definitely next 5 to 10 years AI will conquer everything, but still the base on the AI is coming with these factors. That's why I'm not more focusing on the AI, but I know definitely AI will get the information through this concept, because otherwise AI is a kind of a platform that giving you a solution, processing whatever the data that we feed from past experience. And data-driven decision making, simply the AI, because today every organization is run based on the data, because you collect most of the data, production data, you collect process data, you collect the supply chain data, and you're feeding into the system and you get the outcomes. And based on that, you're planning your supply chain, production, distributions, inventories, and linking everything. Because data-driven decision making is more success than like individual decision makings. And other one is a cyber security in manufacturing, because this is also a threat, because you know that if something happened to the manufacturing process due to the black attack or some kind of a threat from the other countries, your manufacturing process get stuck. Then you don't have anything to do. Then this is also kind of an emerging thing, that you have to protect your manufacturing process to the from unwanted access and unwanted threat. Because I'll share with you one thing. This my factory is now operating in this time also. The supplier from Canada, still the Canadian supplier can check my process, check the parameters, check the outcomes and everything. If you are logging a defective data, they check the process before giving the solution, and they were mentioning you done a wrong command, or you done a wrong input, that's why you get these defects. Like that way they were giving the advice to us. Then simply they have access to the production process and understand everything. Same way, even in the competitor, I'm not saying they will do that, but even the competitor have a smart devices, they can log into our system and check what we are doing, how is our production capacities, everything they can check. Then everything is exposed to the threat. That also kind of a thing that we have to consider in the future. Okay, as I told you, giving you a small understanding this industrial revolution, because in age of 1800, industry 1.0, mechanical power and the water steam power was started. This story පොඩි කාලේ මටත් කියලා දීලා තියෙනවා අර කේතලේ නටනකොට උණු වතුර දුම ගිහිල්ලා එන සිද්ධියෙන් තමයි මේ industry 1.0 was started. Then basically it come as a mechanical revolution, and people were understanding the power of the steam and everything. Then that was evolved to the 1900 with the mass production, because 1900 electrical power was invented. With that, the production process was more smooth than the previous, because previously you have a limited capacity of production, but with the industry 2.0 you have a mass production, but you have a limitation also there. From the 2000 industry 3.0, computers, automation, production, electronics, everything come together. And 2010 only this industry 4.0, what we discussed previously, was emerged. Basically this came from Germany, with the automobile industry also. Basically it come from the BMW. They were discuss about the cyber physical systems, because that's the beauty of it. Basically cyber and the people's engagement, IoT, Internet of Thinking, and networking, machine learning, everything comes together. And today, still I'm learning that area. Today we were discussing about industry 5.0 as well. What I want to tell you from here, you see, from industry 1.0 to industry 2.0, it took 100 years. From 2 to 3, also 100 years. But 3 to 4, only 10 years. And same as 4 to 5, only 10 years. I know definitely 20, 30 or 35, we will have an industry 6.0. Definitely, because when I do my master's in University of Colombo, we were discussing about the industry 3 and the 4.0, but now we have the 5.0 as well. So basically what happened, this 5.0 is, I'll give you a briefing, because with my limited knowledge on that area, because still I'm studying that area. When it comes to the industry 4.0, it discuss about the cyber physical, that is basically the people and the physical, cyber and the physical system we discuss. But only drawback is human engagement is less. Then what we discuss in the 5.0 is human also integrate with the systems, and human take a decision, and collaboratively it will pass through the cyber system. It's a bit of a complex and industry 4.0, but very smooth and smart, I guess, compared to the industry 4.0. Okay, this is the basically the industry 4.0's structure: human, cyber system, and physical system. So basically the human are the main control has there. They will take a decision, analyze, and based on that they were pumping that whatever the things to the cyber system. They will take a decision, like they will analyze what the basically whatever the data is given by the human are analyzed by the cyber system and passed through to the physical system. Physical system in the sense like the devices and the components, and it arranged based on the human's requirements. This is the basic cycle of it. Normally, that I know that most of you are from the computer student, you can understand how it's work. Like we are giving, we were thinking, and we were giving the data to the cyber system. They were processing and put it into the physical system, and physical system is working based on that, the demand that we were putting there. But only thing that I want to highlight here is the physical system and the cyber system is working based on the command of the human. So that is the combination, and that is the link to these systems. Okay. This is also video. I think you can't hear that video. Then I'm not going to play that. I'm not going to play that, but I'll share with you this. There was a smaller. 1 second. Sure, I'll share with you the video links, everything. 1 second. Can you please tell?
What is Industry 4?
You can hear the video now.
Yeah, we can hear.
Okay.
What is Industry 4.0 and what does it mean for you? Technology is driving change across all areas of society. Not only do we increasingly use it and even rely on it in our personal lives, we also find our workplaces digitally evolving, with more and more processes now being undertaken using technology. This change is known as the Fourth Industrial Revolution, or Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0 will see many tasks that were once performed by us now being automated. With the collection and analysis of real-time data, artificial intelligence, and the ability for all components of a production line to talk to each other, production can be really efficient and personalized according to customer needs. But what does this mean for us? With increased automation, our time will be freed up for concentrating on more complex tasks.
Sorry.
We'll need a workforce who are capable of building, programming, and developing these technologies, but also making sure we are applying them to our lives in an ethical way. There are core skills that we can offer that technology cannot replace. The human touch is going to be incredibly important, ensuring effective communication, problem solving, and supporting change management in this digital environment. There will also be a greater need for joint working across disciplines, creating new innovations. The future job market will be looking for graduates with an open mind to explore the unknown future possibilities. We will all need to develop our skills in order to embrace, adapt to this ever-changing environment. What will you do to make sure you are ready and have the right skills to thrive in the Fourth Industrial Revolution?
It is the question they were asking. Because when it comes to Industry 4.0, even the AI, people have fear that they will lose the job. But my view is we don't want to lose, but we don't want to fear. But only thing that we need to ready for that one and understand what we were discussing, that even the AI. Because the same fear came when the electricity was found. That time people were think they will replace by the electricity. But what will happen? Electricity generate more job than the previous. Then we have to understand this one. Even this, whatever the discussions, the point that I'm sharing with you, I know that is totally new to you. But keep few points and search with the new, because search from the Google or even with your new the portals you are you have access. Then understand those processes, especially this Industry 4.0, and the digital supply chains. Those are new things to the world. And then you can understand the process, you can get some information, and that will help you to develop some things, some new projects in the future. That's the extra things from you. And this is the basically the supply chain process. As I told you, there are upstream, work in progress, and now downstream. Basically, this is a process flowing from one point to another point. But you know, this is also very complex when it comes to the industrial system. I'll give you a few examples why the simple process also very complex. Because you know that 2019 there was a issue from the Boeing 737 basically they say 737 Max. There was a crash on 3 or 4 Boeing newly designed products. Then initially they were denied. They said this is kind of an issue from the service provider in the sense like aviation companies. But finally they have understood this is the issue from their suppliers. But unfortunately they can't figure out from which part is the defective part. Then they have to ground it, I think more than 100 or 200 Boeing new product until they were finding out the component, because they have that much of a suppliers in their upstream. Then they were identified with my knowledge, they took more than 3 or 4 months to understand the supplier and stopping this supplying process until they were rectifying this issue. Then you can understand how complex is the supply chain process if you don't have a proper systems and proper digitalization process. This is a one good example of giving that complexity of the supply chain. Other one is semiconductor shortage, because this is also kind of an issue that this is basically not from the manufacturing process, but upstream, like a supply issue was there. Then whole world gets stuck. Even today also we have the same issue. You know that Ukraine and Russia war, and this Palestinian and Israel war, and Chinese and this other country Taiwan issue. Based on that, so much of a supply chain was disrupted. Even today I heard that, and even I read that from the LinkedIn, due to this Bangladesh issue, there are a lot of garment industries, garment end buyers like Nike, the top players are get stuck because they are giving so much of orders to the Bangladesh. Today they have a kind of a issue. They don't have a product to sell. Then their supply chain got stuck due to their internal conflicts. This is the issue when it have a global context and global supply chain process, because everything has to be online or inline to have a smooth production process. Okay, I have a small, not the video because everyone is requesting this process. 1 second, I'll try to show that process. You can see the screen now. Hello. You can see the screen now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, this is the basically this is the concept of Industry 4.0. I have access to my previous organization, but it's come with a different VPN. When I log to that VPN, I can't log into this one. That's why I'm trying to show you kind of a one animated one. We have the same system in my organization also, but similar type of a thing. This is the kind of a Industry 4.0. it's linked with the physical system and the cyber system. Like, one second. Okay, you can see this is the this type of same thing in my organization also. We have the one control desk. In the control desk, you have an industrial PC like that, the same thing, and wireless communications and the power connections, everything is there. That means you can understand and control even in the virtually from your workplace without the people, because that's even if the people is there, you have a superior authorized, then you can override whatever the instruction they have given. This is the same thing happen in my organization also. Okay, if you want to go to the field level, you can go to the field level. I believe you can see this pictures, no? Okay, that is the same like this automobile factory, but same type of industrial features are there. You can see machine versions. I'm not going to that deeper level, because when you go to the deeper level, this is get stuck. And even industrial motors and devices, their power consumptions, their connections, their efficiencies, everything is recorded on time and online. That means if there's any defects, because if you just imagine heat level of this motor is increasing, then you can switch off this motor and do a on-time repairs to this motor and minimize the downtime. This is the way that new machinery, new production processes are set up, because you want to minimize your downtime. You can go to the even if you want to go to the warehouse systems, you can see we don't have this much of a complex one, but anyway, we know how much of a WIP storage there, how we store these items, where those items are storage, everything is listed in the system, because you can understand every moment and every items was stored at that particular locations. And yes, when it come to this one, everything is fine. Supervisor level. Yes, there was a central control system is there. Normally, we also have one big LCD TV, and we were monitoring how the process is going on, and how much of product is coming out from the line, how much of people are engaging with the work, and how much of a defects are there. Everything is recorded and that place. I think you can understand how this cyber physical system, or we simply call it smart manufacturing process, is working. Okay. I think I have more questions is coming on the pop-up screen. I'll give you the answer once we have a timer. Just give me. Okay. As I told you, with this smart manufacturing system, there are some people say 9 pillars, some people say 10, some say 11. Whatsoever, everything is linked together. It's basically a data-driven system, then big data analysis, automation, robotics, in the IoT, cybersecurities, artificial intelligence, cloud, additive manufacturing, and supply chain. Everything is linked together and working as a one common system. That is the beauty of this system, because everything is going as a one system. Industrial PC is basically a combination of 2-3 PCs. We have I don't think so. It's not super PC, but the processing time is very quick. When you put, just imagine, I'll give you a small example. If you put today's production data, like just imagine we feed that how much of a raw materials we have, how much of a people we have, how much of a machine and machinery availability, everything is feed to the computer. It shows today's program. But if you're doing in our manual PC or even with the laptop, it took several hours to generate the outcomes. But with this small amount of data, because there are so much of a past data we have, when you feed it to the industrial PC, it gives the outcome with a short period of time. And with the minimum errors in the sense like minimum deviations, because we see streamline like the capacity with the minimum deviation, because with the accurate forecasting only we can get the outcome. Those are the basically industrial PCs. It's a combination of 2-3 PCs in the industry. If you have any other views, just put into the chat box, because normally with my experience, industrial PC in the combination of 2-3 PCs. Okay, so basically from this point onward, I'll give you a briefing on what my industry was done from last few years. Basically, I was in the galvanizing industry. It's a traditional industry. Traditional in the sense like you can see the top picture is like a parana tale wire roll in දුවන මේ පොඩි මඩුවක් වගේ තමයි තිබුණේ. That is the basic concept in my previous organization. But 2020, we had a chance to visit Canada, and we had a discussion with one Canadian team. They was giant in this type of industry. What they did was, I have a smaller YouTube video. I'll show you that, then you can understand that also. Okay. One second. Hopefully you can hear this.
Hello. Communicate in
Okay, basically that is the new plan that we were having in Sri Lanka, because initially we had the old plan, like simply a traditional plan. It's very challenging to work with that traditional plan, because we don't have a proper communication mechanism, communication in the sense like we don't know, it's basically a mechanical plant. But now we have the mechanical plus electrical and electronic plant. Normally, every data we were communicating through a HMI. You maybe heard about this human machine interface. I'll show you a few outcomes. With this HMI, physically we can feed the data to the system and we can control the process. Same as with the industrial 4.0 concept, physically or in through the internet, we can control the system. Only we need minimum amount of technical people to run that process. I'll give you some feed data. Initially, when you are running this total mechanical system, we have a 35 members in one shift. Altogether, 70 people were run. But with this new system, we have only 7 people from one shift. From 35 to 7, we have reduced because everything is controlled by the systems and we were giving the instruction through the computers. And we were collecting almost all the data because initially we can't control the process like temperature of the water, temperature of the sink, temperature of the gas, and the chemical usage. We can't monitor it because only thing that people have freedom to put everything. But now what will happen? We have a set data. Then we know how much chemicals we are using, how much water we were using, what is the temperature, and if there's any deviation on the product, that also giving an indication. That is the beauty of this new technology and the beauty of this process. These are kind of a interface that we were having. This is basically a production control panel. We have a 32 lines. 30 lines. We were monitoring every line every time. That means even that time also I can monitor how many lines are running with the speed, how much of a production. You see, current production is 574 kilograms per hour. Line capacity is 16% because normally we had to increase that to another level. Then everything we can monitor because only good thing is that at this moment also I know that even my CEO also joining, also monitoring this one and understanding how much of a line is running. That type of a easiness is there with this new technology. This is kind of a firing zone, like we have the gas firing in system. We can understand how many zones are fired, the temperature and the temperature controllers, temperature cutouts, and everything is visual. Even with the remote access, I can alter this every data in the system. Initially, what was happened, we don't have that type of control whatsoever. It's running. End of the month, we know this much of a gas we have burned. That's all. But now, with the production process, we can control the temperature. We can control the gas flow rate and everything. We have control and we have freedom. But the good thing is that even when you're controlling, the system shows we were in the risk or we were in the right place. That also given by the system. This is also the same type of a burning mechanism. We have set temperature is 470. Always it's run below that. Then we can save some energy. We can save some raw materials. We can save some maintenance cost as well as the running time and everything from the system. This is kind of a this is the basically a HMI, human machine interface. Second, sir, we have many benefits with the technology development, but sir, what about the job of people work with the old technology? All technology when any up. Okay, I'll give you an answer from this question because his basic question is when you are developing a technology, the people will losing their jobs. That's the main question he was asking. The good question, but only thing is that no, that will never happen. What we did was when we were efficienting our production systems, we have a more options, like we can goes to a upstream or downstream to the production process. Like what we did was we didn't lay off the existing people. We have start up a new factory for producing the end product, like some other production plant. Then we will put that people to that plant, because only thing that yes, there are companies who are doing that, but only thing that basically when you are increasing the efficiencies of the process, we can use this extra people to another different processes. I know from your point there were something because companies trying to increase the production and get the more outcomes and minimizing the people, but most of the companies are not doing like that way. Even just imagine, I'll give you the answer from this question. The garment factories, when you take a garment factories whatsoever, still the main source is the manpower. Then they were enhancing the process, enhancing the technology, but they were not reducing the people, because they have a different aspect, because the people have different jobs. Even when it comes to this our enhancement of this our new technology, we have developed some people for feeding the data, analyzing the data, because we also need to be proven ourselves the computer is giving the right data. From that time we had to double check these things. Yes, of course there may be some argument, but most of the companies are not doing like that. Once they were achieving or they were enhancing the process, they will put it to another factory or another process from this extra people. This also same, like this a pumping system, water pumping system. We got the we can understand the pumping capacity, temperatures, the everything, and control the process. Okay, then when it comes to the supply chain, because this is the second part, supply chain also, as I told you, is a crucial part when it comes to the production process. Now supply chain is digitalized, as I told you. Initially it's a line wise, but now it's a metrics process. Everything, every person can control, and every person can access to the every section of the process. Like supplier can see the production process, supplier can see the customer's demand. Based on that, he can produce the product. And the big data, you know that the data is now becoming a more valuable asset in the organization, and the big data analysis is more crucial than the previous, because with the data only that we can do a accurate forecasting. Because you know that the sunlight, when you come to a FMCG industry, because one of my friends is working to the Unilever, I had a chat with him. They have a field sales executives or field sales officers. They went to a small boutique into the rural village, and even from the rural areas, and they were asking from the shop owners how much of a sunlight you have. If he said 5, and how much you require, he said 10. Then on that time he's feeding 10 wants to that particular locations. This all the data is going to the central location and feeding into the manufacturing factory. Based on that, all the data, and based on that, all the forecasting data, their manufacturing process started. When it comes to a certain level, only that production process started. Otherwise, they are not starting until they are getting that demand. That sort of a linkage is there now with this data collection, because data is playing a crucial role in the manufacturing sector. As I told you, artificial intelligence also using investment for the system and the people, because anyway, whatever the development is there, people development is required, because otherwise your investment is invalid until people understand the process, even people understand the systems. because that is one crucial thing. Because I know that definitely you will be going to the industry, then you will try to change the systems and everything. But first thing, you have to develop the people, because otherwise you will be get nothing until people will understand the process. And visibility, traceability also very important thing, because as I told you, Boeing is failed because of this traceability issue. Because when it comes to the complex supply chain, you have to understand the visibility and the traceability of all the products are coming from where, it's from where to where it's linked. Because otherwise, once you complete the whole process, you don't know this component came from where, and who is the supplier, and how much quantities is supplied, and what is his process of checking the final outcomes and everything. Then traceability is a very important part when it comes to the supply chain. And disruption and risk management, as I told you, today every supply chain manager has a main KPI for this risk managing of his supply chain. That's why every organization have a 2-3 suppliers in a one particular product to minimize the risk, because everything is become a very vulnerable in today's context. Because the conflicts, war, and the ship issues, and even the terrors, everything is impacting to the supply chain today. Agility and the reliance, because agility in the sense like it's a more on flexibilities, because with the supply chain flexibility only, manufacturer or manufacturing manager can flexible his production process. Because if he said that today I'll provide you this much quantity and tomorrow this much, based on that only manufacturer can plan his manufacturing. The totally flexibility is with the supply chain. And the green and circular supply chain, as I told you, green is playing a crucial role. The reverse supply chain greeneries are more important than the previous. And the cybersecurity also the same, because whatever the data and whatever the process we have, we need to make sure everything is working under protected and under surveillance area without accessing to the third party. Yeah, this is a traditional was the modern supply chain. Traditional supply chain, you can see, is a line process, calm and quietly is going from one direction to the another direction. But today, digital supply chain is totally different. As I told you, everyone has access to the everyone's database. That is must, because otherwise they can't produce the raw material or even the final product. Everyone have access, and everyone can understand the production process, manufacturing process, and the delivery period, lead times, and the customer demands. Everything is linked together. And you can see, compared to the traditional one, the digital one is more complex. That means you need to have more information than the previous. For that, all these new technological equipment, systems, and the people capabilities, skills has to be amalgamated together to run a good digital supply chain mechanism. Okay, this is also kind of a eye-opening for you to think bit of a out of the box. This is one area that when I do my research, I also understood, because when you consider the world top 10 profit earning companies on 2024, 23, 22, out of 10, 8 are from technological companies like Apple, Microsoft, Google, this whatever, Facebook. Everything is coming to the technological companies. Most of them are service sector, but only few, Saudi Aramco and this ExxonMobil, those are coming from production, that's all. But then I was asking from myself, and I was researching why this happened. There are so much of a factors are there, but main thing is they have a smooth supply chain process. That is why they don't have much disturbance onto the production process, Then they were do the production process, and they were having kind of a set suppliers, set manufacturing process, set distribution centers. Then they were having a smooth operation when it comes to the supply chain. That's why one key factor to their earning more profit than the manufacturing companies. That is open to you criticize from you, and also you research it this area, because this is also a good topic that you can do a research, because why these technological companies earning more than the production companies like other manufacturing companies, it's up to you, because this is a kind of an eye opener. That's why I put this slide to discuss from you. And this is one case that we were facing during this COVID and Sri Lankan economic downtime, because as I told you, we were company that producing galvanized steel. 90% of the raw material we were purchasing from India. And this during the COVID-19 and the Sri Lankan economic downtime, we also have the same issue. Because only thing that we can't shut down the plant, because we have one machine called galvanizing plant, galvanizing chamber. Whatsoever, we have to run that chamber. Because if you are shutting down the chamber, we require at least 3 months to start up again. That means start up in 3 months, that chamber means the company will collapse. Then top management decide not to shut down, go with another supplier and developing another supplier. You just imagine within short period of a time, finding a new supply in locally and developing to a world level suppliers level is a challenge for us. But anyway, we have developed the Melwa team. This is a kind of a good case study we have done our HR team also. Anyway, we spend more than 2-3 months with the Melwa team, and we have developed their product to stand up with the Indian supply. Somehow we have managed, but still now they were providing also 50% of their product to our factory. And this is kind of a development we have done in the downstream of our supply chain during that period. Because I can remember still Melwa having some issues, but continuously they were giving the feedback to us and getting feedback from ourselves also to develop their product. Because some companies are like to develop like that way. This also kind of a thing that I like to share with you, some experience that we had during this crucial time period. Okay, this is the new trend when it comes to the supply chain. One is reverse logistic. Basically, reverse logistic in the sense like when you are providing a product to the customers, customer is demanding some recycling activities or kind of a revert back of this product. As I told you, this solid tires, they were saying once you have the final product or the damaged product, you have to buy back those products simply for the recycling. Even in the electronic industry also the same thing. Once you have a electronic wastage, the supplier has an agreement to buy back those things, because to protect the environment and giving some social responsibilities to the environment. And the other one is green supply chain. This is also kind of a new thing, because most of the time packaging, transportation and the distribution plus the storage done with the amalgamate with the environment, like whatever the packagings we were using environment friendly. And most of these transportation we do with the bulky or with European. When it comes to the Europe, they were saying that they were using electric vehicles or either hydrogen vehicles like that way. It's a bit of a complicated to explain, but still people are believing we need to go with the green supply chain. There are so much of an article on the green supply chain, but only thing that from my view is practically is very challenging, because when you come to the green supply chain, everyone has to be aligned, but still the Asian countries is not in the process of moving to this green supply chain. But of course, this reverse logistic or reverse supply chain practicing by most of the Asian countries, because that is a practical one. But this green one, still I have a doubt. But you can read some articles and understand this one. But still I have a doubt whether this can be practical in future also. This is also kind of a small case study. I'll give you a summary. This was also done by one of a European university. One of a student, he was flying with the European flight. He or she, I can't remember, but she got a, we say that he got a mango pulp. He has searched by this, where it's come from that mango juice. Basically, this mango was cultivated in South America, especially in Brazil or somewhere, and then this mango is transferred to the China. Then Chinese company is manufacturing this pulp, and this pulp is distributed to another African or European country, and then they were manufacturing this mango juice, and this mango juice is then transferred to the European Europe, and this then it's come to this flight service. You can just imagine one mango. Just imagine one mango is traveling all over the world. Then there was an argument: is this a supply chain, or we were having a product that is transferring from one continental to another continental, then processing to there and putting into another continental? Then how much of a carbon footprint we were putting into the earth, and how much of a greenhouse gas emission, and how much of the global warming is happening, and how much is the transport cost? There was a huge argument on this point. Still, this was happening in the globally. I'm also a bit confused when you come to the global business, why these people are doing like this? Because they were cultivating one location, moving to another locations, doing processing and sending back here. It's a debatable, but anyway, still people are getting more benefit doing this type of a process. Maybe with the economic of scale, they were getting some benefit, but still we have a doubt whether it's a supply chain. It's open to argue from your side also. I'm also finding some information for this question. Once I have some times, I'll share again with you my findings. This is open from you to discuss from your level also. Not this one. Even you can see many things happening like this way, from producing one location, moving to another location, then again moving to another location. The same thing happened. But end of the day, my argument is it's not a supply chain. It's something else. We have to explore that process. When it comes to the social trend, I think we have discussed more on technological trend, but there are a few social trends come to today's world. One is basically the digital connections. Today also we do the same thing, because virtual communication is now more reliable than face-to-face discussion. Because now today you have time, because at the 8 o'clock we start the discussion. If you don't have this portal, or we don't have this platform, I don't think so how we can do this one. This is also one trend that's globally emerged. And this other one is gig economic, that indicates like the flexible working, economic independence. Like when you come to the European countries, they were more on economic independence. Like they were like to have a small jobs and earning and have a mind-free kind of things. That's why a lot of this Uber kind of things, and like online selling things were happening in the economy, and people like to do those things and have a kind of a flexible working hours and earning some monies and keep a mind free with the rest of the day. This gig economy also kind of a new thing to the world. Other one is a digital privacy. You know that today you can't hide yourself with the digitally. Even if you have a name, you can go to the Google and you can search it, or even I'm also search that doctor's profile with the LinkedIn. What is his activities? How he's engaging with the people? Like that. Even myself, you can search it from the LinkedIn. You can see what is my engagement. All the digital privacy is there. Privacy is not there. Like some platforms are providing your privacy to them. The digital privacy is also kind of a social trend, because today people try to hide. Some people are try to expose yourself. Some platforms are giving freedom to expose your digital privacy, especially when it comes to the job searching and some commercial or even the social platforms. You can have a digital privacy, or you can hide that your digital privacy. Other one is the social media influences. You see that these days we have so much of an influence on through the social media for the elections. That also kind of a new thing in the sense like emerging things in the social levels, because you can with a lot of people, you can culturally or mentally you can shift to one party or another party. That is kind of a things that comes with the social trends. And the technology and education, you see that e-learning, digital libraries, everything is open today. Even without go to the library, you can read many books through the e-library or digital libraries. That is a good thing, but even the other side, that also bad part also there. Green technology, as I told you, many people are like to protect the environment. Then everything is coming with the eco-friendly or greeneries. Then protecting environment, providing to the society is a key in today's world. And the other one is this health tech, or I'll keep it to the last. Detox is a kind of a thing that comes with the social trend. That is basically what we see is people require some free times in the sense, without digital equipments, they require time for mind relaxing. When I read one article, I see 20 billions of emails are circulating every day, and 60 millions of Facebook new posts are posting every day. The huge amount of discussions, huge amount of information sharing here and there. Even when it comes to you, or even it come to myself, I'm getting more than 200 to 300 emails per day. I'm focusing on only the top priorities one, and the others are sometimes I had to neglect because I don't have time. Even I required some quality time in myself. That's also kind of a challenge. But only thing that with the technological enhancement and the technological engagement, we don't have that. But now people were discussing and people are practicing this detox, or deviating from the technology and having a quality time, sometimes with their families, sometimes with their meditations, sometimes with some kind of environment engagement, like that way. That is new to me also. I have read few articles, but still that is new to me. But it's a kind of a new social trend, detecting or detaching from the technology and keeping few or sometimes many hours or many days without having a digital platforms or digital engagement. Cybersecurity concerns, we have discussed many, because cybersecurity is key in future, because you have to protect your data's informations and your personal information. because it's a very sellable information. Then you have to take care on this one. That is also kind of a social trend. This is basically my experience engaging with social trends in technological ways. You know, we were engaged with many WhatsApp group that also a kind of a new trend in the social groups. Other one is this KPI dashboards, especially in the Power BIs. Now our top management is always rely on this one, because normally they are not going with the too much of a detailed reports. They see just only the small KPI dashboard. It gives the profit rate, profit, daily productions, monthly productions, breakdowns, even attendance, whatsoever. If they ask, they have a KPI dashboard and understand from which direction to which directions the organization is running. And the Kahoot, basically we are using this one for training purposes. You can use it for many trainings, especially when it comes to HR department. They were using this Kahoot and developing some platforms and have a chat with the people and have a like funny games and giving skill upgradation of the people. And the other one is this portal. Basically, this is my portal in the LaughGas. This is access to me and understand my people's attendance, their leaves, their performance evaluations, if they put a loan or something. Everything I can understand through one particular platform, and giving approvals, giving approvals for the loans and their leaves and everything you can give it. This is also a new thing. And even you have the ERP system, we have the SAP system. With the SAP system, you can understand the production process, production data, inventories, maintenance data. There are 7 modules are there. This everything you can understand, and you can get the outcomes of the process. And link in ChatGPT. I think you may be heard about, you may be using the ChatGPT and the LinkedIn. Those are also new equipment and new experience to us. And this is the bad side of this technological and the social development. You can see every day you have so much of a different type of a bad side of this technological development is reporting. You see, this is last week I see there are few things. Every day I can see 1 or 2 articles regarding this online issues or technological issues, because of the people doesn't have control. Then we have a threat in future. How we control this one? Until individually, if we don't have controlling mechanism, that's also area that we have to think twice. This is also the same, because with the AI, I know definitely we will losing our personal information, because with the AI we can do a lot of changes, lot of identifications. Then our individual information or personal information can be threatened in future. And the other one is the carbon footprint. As I told you, this is also a kind of a big issue in future, because people were looking for more and more luxurious product. When you're producing more luxurious product, we were emitting more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Then once the atmosphere get damaged, we can't rectify it. Still, scientists are researching, but I didn't see they were giving a proper solution to rectify this ozone layer and protecting this environment. That also key challenges we are facing if you are not controlling those things in future. Okay, I think we come to an end. Almost 2 hours I took. Actually, doctor given me 1.5 hours. Sorry, I took another 30 minutes. Anyway, I see that few questions were asked. I have given the answers on time. But if you have any questions, you can ask. We'll give you another 5 to 6 minutes. You can ask any questions.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Go
So
ahead.
I have a question. It's like, as a person involved in the manufacturing and production industry, what
Yes.
is the golden advice that you can give to emerging startups?
I'll give you not you are asking emerging startup in the sense the
It's
career
in the manufacturing industry, something like that. Yeah.
okay. Okay. There are two things. One is that as an employee, if you are starting from the manufacturing sector, yes, of course, you has to understand manufacturing in the sense now anyway we don't have the conventional manufacturing process. As I told you, I did my research in manufacturing in University of Colombo. My supervisor asked to check that Industry 3.0 and the Industry 4.0, how deeply engage with the Sri Lankan context. With my understanding, almost all the industries have at least automation today. Then people who are starting their career in the manufacturing industry, at least they need to understand this manufacturing process and the technological engagement. Then, as I told you, Industry 3.0 is automation plus kind of a data collection, and they has to understand the data collection and analyze the forecasting. Otherwise, what will happen? As I told you, Sri Lanka have a importing 90% of their raw materials because we don't have our own system to manufacture there in the raw material. But some organizations are doing, but most of the companies are importing and do their manufacturing. Then we have a limited resource financially and the technologically we have the limitations. We have to eliminate the wastage and do the more outcomes. And we have to make sure our machineries are using 100% efficiency. Normally we are calling OEE, overall equipment efficiency has to be more than 70%. That is an industrial norm. Normally in my organization also, machine efficiency is less than 65. But if you can keep more than 65 or 70, we were in good production process and we can get whatever the outcome. End of the day, everyone is looking for bottom line because bottom line is overhead, and if you can minimize the overhead as a leader, that is a good. That is a one part because if you're asking, I can give that. But as an entrepreneur, I'm lacking to give that answer. But only thing that if you can starting a business with the new technological advancement is a better because you can't go with the conventional systems. Because if you are looking for even a local supply, the people have a more intelligent than the previous. Ask from yourself before purchasing a product, or even just imagine purchasing a mobile phone, how many times, how many hours you are spending for searching that product. Basically from myself, I'm going to the YouTube, I'm going to the LinkedIn, I'm going to the other platforms and searching that product, whether it's worth to buy that buy that amount of money. What are the quality features are there? Then only I'm going to that product and purchasing. The normally, when it comes to a startup person also has to think those factors before starting up because people are more intelligent than previous. I believe I give you an answer from your question.
Yes, thank you very much. One of my friend has a startup on embedded system development. That means he develops embedded system products. So that's why I asked that question. I'm working with him too. So today's session was very useful for me, and I have learned a lot from you. Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, and adding you a few things when it comes to a manufacturing system. Yes, of course you have to think twice But when you come to there are two things now. When you come to manufacturing or service industry, you have a different aspect, because I have a less exposure to the service sector. But only thing that when you come to the service sector, you engage with the people and the the end users, and get the feedback, and on time you have to deliver the service. Otherwise, what will happen? He is not waiting longer period to get the service. That's the two different. You have a service and the manufacturing sector.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. Okay, I think I have done my presentation. Thank you very much for your time. And I know now 10 o'clock, I took more than expected time. I'm very interested the questions that you asked. Anyway, thank you very much for your times, and I'm happy that more people were engaged with the discussion. Yes, of course, it's required, because I can remember as a student, when I participate in this type of a discussion, one of a lecturer told me, in future, if you have a chance, you share your knowledge with your student. Otherwise, it will be vanished once you die. I feel proud and I feel little happy I have done that. I'm requesting from you also the same thing. In future, if you have a chance, you share your knowledge, share with your youngest, because it's required. Because it will bring your knowledge to the next level. And thank you very much for everyone. And I'm wishing you and success of your life. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Doctor, for everything.
Thank you very much, sir.
Mr. Alinda, it's a very great and very insightful discussion. I believe all the students got a lot of information, and the recorded will be shared among the students.
Sure.
So it's really appreciated your time, your effort, because though it's 2 hours in here, I know it's not 2 hours. It's a very longer process to create slides and preparation and all of these things. It takes a lot of time with your busy work, and really appreciate as a general manager, right? So it's a really a complicated story. So thanks a lot, Mr. Lalinda. Our Professor Udita also joined with us. Madam, any word, if you can share with us, that would be enlighten a lot.
I actually joined halfway. So yeah, it was quite interesting. So I decided to stay till the end. Thank you very much, Lalinda. And yeah, we appreciate your time you spent with us. Yeah, that's it. I hope our students got a good understanding of what you were saying. And I saw that they were engaging, which was quite good actually. So, okay, thank you.
Thanks, madam. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Mr. Lalinda. We like to keep in touch with you for future events, and from Open University's point of view, it's a great and valuable resource for us. You are actually. So we'll keep in touch till throughout the time, and we'll continue our different kinds of work. Whenever we want you, definitely kindly request to join with us again and give your fuller support for us. And in case if you want any support from our end, please let me know. Whatever I can do, and from a department point of view, if we can do something for your work, your whatever the research or something, we are really happy to help you from our point of view also. Thanks a lot, Mr. Lalinda, and thanks a lot, students. Your enthusiasm and your support, your encouragement gives another level. So it's really appreciated a lot. Thanks a lot for everyone. Have a nice day. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Good night.